This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
And we're live! Hello, hello, hello! And welcome to Persona 4 Arena Ultimax! Okay, you gotta... If your game does... If you think your game's better without an anime opening... No. Yes! Okay. This is... The openings are what really got me into... Oh, we've seen the opening already, we don't need to see it again. As cool as this. Oh, hello. This isn't the normal opening.
Tonight, we will
Persona 4
That might just be the
Arena
story. But... More Persona? This is... Yeah. I'm gonna be just going through the story mode in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I have very, very little experience with fighting games, so I feel this is going to go badly. Because from what I'm aware, fighting games are fairly skill-based. And we all know I don't have skill. Is that... Okay. Hopefully that's not too... The game's not too loud. I might... Options. Where is sound? Is that any... That's maybe a little better? Possibly. I might... Or maybe leave it at that. Hopefully that's... Or is that too quiet? So that's maybe too quiet now. I booted it up before just to make sure it worked and was all like set up for full screen and such. But I'm just going to be going through the story mode, which I haven't heard is compared to like full Persona games isn't too long. And I also did have to check as well because there's two stories here. But actually, you want to play the second one first because this is the story for the original Persona 4 Arena, and episode P4 is the Ultimax story. So I'm going to hope there's a tutorial as part of it. I did put up the training mode earlier for like 2 minutes to see to see how that worked, but let's get P4A story. Oh, hello, hello. Yu Narakami, Yosuke Hanamura, Chie Satonaka. Select a story. Okay, so don't want auto mode. I don't want this to be completely... Oh, you can quickly change the story in this menu anyway. Okay. I probably just want the Narakami. Play as the protagonist. Blue. The floor, the ceiling, the furnishings. Everything is blue. It's quite unlike what I normally see throughout my day. and yet my heart is mysteriously calm. I recognized a slight rumbling as an engine, and realized that I'm in a car. Or rather, someplace else I recognize.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hello, Igor. The old man with the bizarre face sitting before me makes an expression that appears to be a smile. It's not that he is smiling, it's that it's an expression that seems to be a smile. Sitting quietly next to the old man is a woman as beautiful and delicate as an ice sculpture.
It seems we
Margaret?
have a guest with an intriguing destiny. My name is Igor. I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too. The Velvet Room. Igor. Even though I'm barely conscious, I remember that this is not the first time I've heard those names. I see. This is a dream. This happened in the past. I've been in this room before. If my memory is correct, what he says next is...
This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter. It may be that such a fate awaits you in the near future.
That sounds familiar. The words I expect to hear fall from the old man's mouth. I'm surprised that I still remember them. Never me, the one not in the dream, can't help but smile at that.
Now then, why
The
don't
one
you
not in the
introduce
dream.
yourself?
I remember this, too. When I said my name here, it forged a contract with them. And so I answer. You, Narukami. That's the introduction to Persona 4. Oh. When I open my eyes, the light is so blinding that I have to squint. For a moment, I can't figure out where I am, and I look around.
Right. I was on my way back.
I mutter to myself and look out the window. The sky is somewhat cloudy, unfortunately, but the scenery is as peaceful as always. It seems that I fell asleep on the train headed to the countryside, where I spent the last year, in Inaba. If I recall correctly, when I first came to that town, it was an afternoon just like this. I dozed off in the same way back then, and was summoned to the Velvet Room. That was when Igor said that misfortunes would befall me, and just as he foretold, I was dragged into an outrageous murder mystery. That was no ordinary case. The Midnight Channel, shadows, and personas, the powers of the heart. I saw things that could scarcely be believed. But I made memories there that could never be replaced as well. We gained the powers of the personas, and we suffered together. I stood with my friends on the investigation team against these misfortunes, and fought alongside them. There's no way I could have overcome such ordeals without their help.
Wonder what everyone's been up to.
After solving the mystery, it was decided that I would leave Inaba, since my parents would be returning from overseas around the same time. It's been about 2 months since I last saw them all. As they said goodbye to me at the train station. I had decided to stay at the Dojima residence during Golden Week, so that I could spend a holiday with my friends. Now, of course, my uncle was happy to hear this, and his only daughter, Nanako, should be glad to see me too.
Oh, damn it. I still haven't picked up Yosuke's gift.
Oh. Well, it is something quite particular, I guess. Actually, I received a call from Teddy, one of my investigation team friends, this morning. The details of the conversation were a bit troublesome. Oh?
Hello?
Hey, Teddy!
Is this Sensei?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really sorry to bring this up, but I forgot to tell you something very important.
The good old bear puns are back.
I have a special
Oh,
request.
hello,
for the soldiers.
hello,
I'm sure
Nam.
You'll be bringing your bear's friend.
Teddy, I'm pretty sure you're not... Teddy, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to tell people what you want them to bring you as souvenirs. I already have souvenirs for everyone, but oh well. Sure enough, Teddy was only asking for some snacks that aren't sold in Inaba, so it wasn't much trouble. But there was one
Oh,
problem.
and one more thing. Can I ask you to pick up something for Yosuke, too?
I was planning on bringing something for everyone anyway, but go ahead.
This is a... I have heard that this is more or less the story of Persona 4 Ultimax is more or less a visual novel with kind of interspaced fighting game segments, which, you know, I'm okay for having like a less gameplay focused one, and it's not the first time I've streamed a visual, even if it isn't actually a visual novel. I have streamed Doki Doki Literature Club before, so I imagine this will be similar to that in terms of the content mostly. Just instead of poetry mini games, it will be fighting.
Cool! Well, Yosuke's been down in the dumps after his mommy burned his favorite nurse.
What?
She was what I called scorching hot. Just kidding.
A nurse?
Yeah.
Aw, come on, Sensei. You know what I'm talking about.
Do I, Teddy?
His nurse magazine.
Oh.
With the chest examinations and the bear behinds.
Okay, the magazine.
I see. And you expect me to buy him a replacement?
Of course, silly. People coming to visit are supposed to bring presents.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the kind of present I want to bring back to my friends.
All right. Oh, I was planning to head back tomorrow, but since we're meeting up early, I decided to go back today. Can you pass that on to everyone?
Aha! Then the sexy nurses will be arriving even sooner. It'll be like, Sensei, we have an emergency patient. Yusuke will be so happy. Okay then,
My friends.
we'll be waiting for you.
I'm a little worried now. I hope he isn't telling everybody something to give them the wrong idea. Well, I should just call again once I get there. But in the end...
Nurses, huh?
Oh. Thinking back to... what's her name? Sadago? Oh, I've forgotten the nurse's name in Persona 4. I wasn't able to pick one up for him. Oh, no. Imagine that. How can I put it? I'd feel bad for Yosuke if I gave him that magazine. And every time he opened it, his friend's face kept popping up in his head. And I have to think Yosuke has his pride too. He doesn't need me buying him this stuff. Then again, this is Yosuke we're talking about. I'm sure he'll understand if I explain my reasoning. Probably.
Now pulling into Yaso Inaba. This will be the last stop. Yaso Inaba.
Oh.
Oh. End of the line already. It looks like I've been asleep for a lot longer than I thought. Just as that thought came to me, a certain worry crossed my mind. If I had a dream of the Velvet Room, does that mean I'm going to be dragged into another adventure? No, I shouldn't think such things. I'm overthinking it. Igor had said, I'm delighted to make your acquaintance after all, so it's nothing but a dream. It's quite misleading since I've had dreams of being summoned into that room ever since. The train begins to slow, and I take that as my cue to gather my belongings from the luggage rack above me. When the train comes to a complete stop, and the doors open, even the smell of the wind evokes a sense of nostalgia. I think I'm getting a little too sentimental. I step out onto the platform with a wry smile. Place a bookmark? I guess these are save slots. Okay, so I just got the little animation with the... I'm standing in front of the train station, but this town is as quiet as it's always been. I realize that the sun has started to set, and the orange sky envelops the world.
Now, what should I do?
What should we do? Today is May 2nd. According to the calendar, the latter half of the holidays will begin tomorrow. I told Dojima-san that I was going to arrive today, but it seems he's been too busy with work to come get me. Yeah, fair enough, he is I'm assuming he's still a police detective, it's only been 2 months. Ryotaro Dojima. He's my uncle. I stayed with him last year. He's a detective with the Inaba police, and he's raising his elementary school-aged daughter, Nanako, by himself. It seemed that he was suddenly contacted by a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department regarding last year's case, and will have to work late. And what happened last year was very serious, so I guess it's not too surprising he's so busy. He shouldn't have worried about it. I recall how apologetic he sounded over the phone, and can't help smiling. I told him that I knew the way over from the station, but a bag packed with necessities and souvenirs for everyone turns out to be quite a load. Oh, excuse me. Nanako must be waiting for me alone at the house, so I want to get there as soon as possible too. To be honest, I don't know when the bus will come. Maybe I should just call for a taxi. Just as I'm thinking this...
Nanako?
Oh.
Bro!
Hey, Nanako. It is Nanako. There's no way I'd mistake
You
her.
came to meet me all on your own?
Why did she come to the station all by herself? True, the Dojima residence is within walking distance, but it couldn't have been easy for her. And even though it's still light out right now, it will get dark soon, and the country roads are barely lit. What would she have done if I hadn't been here? I'm about to voice my concerns, but Nanako sounds slightly proud when she
Don't
says...
worry, Dad knows about it. He gave me money for the bus.
Oh.
He said he couldn't make it, so I came instead. Welcome back, big bro. I wanted to see you so much.
Thanks. I'm happy to see you again, too.
I see. She must have wanted to show me that she's grown up too. And she's around that age, after all. For a moment, I'm surprised that Dojima-san let her do this. But I can imagine what kind of conversation took place. Nanako had always been a capable girl, but over the past year, her housekeeping skills have improved greatly. She's proven herself to be very reliable. She takes the lead in many things within the house, and even Dojima-san can't compete with her sometimes. I can easily imagine that scene in my mind. And it's true that I'm glad someone came to welcome me. I take Nanako's hand and we begin walking side by side.
Well, no sense standing around here. What's in the fridge at home?
I suppose it is a little surprising that Dojima did let her out though after given everything that did happen to her during Persona 4.
Lots. Dad and I bought a ton of stuff since you were coming to visit.
Oh, plenty of food. If Nanako says so, then he really must have brought a lot. And Dojima-san did say he'd pick a dinner for us, but if that's the case, maybe I should put together something to go with it. I asked Nanako what she wants to eat, and she looks back with a twinkle in her eyes.
Are you gonna cook dinner? Ooh, I wanna help.
Immediately back to cooking. Nanako and I make small talk while we walk through Inaba together, for the first time in a while. Being here like this makes me feel as if I've gone back in time to a year ago. Any curry? Oh, no. No. The Persona 4 protagonist actually eats a balanced diet. He regularly, every time you go to the cooking thing, you get to cook something different. You're not stuck with just curry. I do think I'm fairly certain you do make curry, one of the options is curry. After we get back to the Dojima home, I hurry and unpack my belongings before heading to the kitchen. Nanako helps me out as diligently as she had claimed earlier. The way she mixes the eggs seems more skillful than before. Such a good girl, Nanako.
Good evening. This is the Evening Journal with
hello.
news for May 2nd. Our top story is on the domestic airline that was hijacked yesterday.
Oh! The TV in the living room echoes through the house. Thinking back on it, it was on quite often in this place. When I first came to Inaba, Nanako was practically being raised by the television. True. Oh, I still remember only noticing recently that in Persona 4, whenever she's watching Featherman, the picture on the screen is actually an image from Go-Go Sentai Bokenger, but just with the Black Ranger kind of photoshopped green. And it's that kind of, blurred and low resolution that you can't really tell. I'm just that much of a nerd, I recognize the poses. There had been this odd sense of distance between us around that time. She hadn't started calling me Big Bro, and we didn't cook together like we're doing now. It's the little things that bring back memories. Right as we were about done making dinner, Dojima-san arrives with some deluxe sushi. Oh, hello, controller. I'm just trying to adjust my grip. Nanako quickly gets up and rushes to the door. She seems so happy when her father comes home. Dojima-san apologizes about the sudden increase in his workload, and then we all sit at the table and begin eating. Oh, that is the fancy sushi again. Being here like this makes me feel like the 2 months I was gone never happened at all. There's a warm atmosphere, as if I've always been part of this family, and have lived here for my entire life. That is what it feels like at the end of Persona 4. I thank both of them from deep in my heart, and after I give them the souvenirs I'd brought for them, we enjoy chatting with each other as a family. Oh, back to the room.
Phew.
Another familiar room. This is the room that was prepared for me on the second floor of the Dojima residence. Nanako had fallen asleep after all the excitement. After carrying her to her room, I tell my uncle that I'll be going to bed early as well, since I have plans. All he said was, okay, gesturing towards the second floor. I'm a little perplexed by this, but I have my suspicions. And as I opened the door to my old room, it seems I was right. The room is no different than it had been when I was living here. It's exactly the same as it was when I left Inaba. I close the door with a feeling of wistfulness. As I sit down on my sofa and consider my uncle's thoughtfulness, I sigh in exhaustion from the long journey. I'll be able to see my friends tomorrow. Considering that there are still several days left in this holiday, it may be nice to leave early tomorrow and go visit the shopping district. Oh, there's the rain on. The time is just before midnight. Oh, are we going to check the midnight channel? In mere moments, it will be a new day. Whenever it rains at night, I end up checking the time. While I spent the last year in Inaba, I was always checking for the midnight channel, which was a popular urban legend here in Inaba. It's a bad habit of mine, even when I'm not here. If you look at a turned-off TV at midnight on a rainy night, you'll see your soulmate. And discovering that this rumor was actually true was the first reason why I became involved in the murder investigation last year. But the person who actually appears in the midnight channel isn't your soulmate. It's the next victim. After discovering this, we all nervously sat before our TVs on rainy nights in order to solve the case.
That brings back some memories. Nothing will show anymore, though.
Yep. Or will it? Will nothing really appear, though? I suddenly have doubts. Why would I think that? After we solved that case, we all confirmed that the Midnight Channel wasn't appearing anymore. The empty screen stays silent. So why?
Just in case.
It's not going to turn on. There's no way. And the more I think about it, the more I feel my resolve fading. I peer into the TV screen as if something is drawing me into it. The only thing I see is my reflection in the dark gloss of the CRT television. Or so I thought. Oh.
Rivals. They are friends, yet powerful foes.
Oh.
The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako.
Oh,
The
yeah, we get it.
complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami.
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night. Captain Resentiment, Yosuke Hanamura.
Everything that bores me has gotta go.
A spunky dragon with deadly legs. The carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka.
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince. The unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi.
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muscles. The blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji Tatsumi. Deep into realms of romance. The body of a child, the brain of a genius.
But these all...
The 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane.
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end. The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought. The battle begins tonight.
Well, that was more than your reflection.
What on earth was that?
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel?
That's his first concern, is his title. Was that me? Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel? I'm impressed. There's so much wrong with that phrase, I don't know where to begin. No, I shouldn't be thinking about that. Those words aren't the problem here. Yep. I'm hurry to make sure that the TV isn't plugged in. That was the Midnight Channel. Oh, controller, stop. What it was actually showing me was rather ridiculous, but thinking back, everything the Midnight Channel showed last year didn't make much sense either. I'm suddenly gripped by tension. If the Midnight Channel is appearing again, I have to find out why. I pull out my cell phone and search for Yosuke's number.
Let's see, H. Hanamura Yosuke.
I quickly hit the call button. Does everyone know about this? Is everyone aware that the Midnight Channel is still being broadcasted? Do they know that it's showing us? And that we've been given taglines that can only be described as uncharitable?
Hello, this is Yosuke.
Yosuke?
It's nothing. I just freaked out when you called all of a sudden. Yeah, that's it. What's up? Hey, when do you want to meet?
Oh, I can tell what's going on from just the sound of his voice, yeah. And the fact that he's saying kind of, when do you want to meet, not kind of like, oh, do you want to meet? Yosuke knows about what's happened on the Midnight Channel just now, and he's trying to hide that from me. Considering that I've been out of Inaba for a while, I bet he's trying to keep me from worrying about it. There's no need for him to be concerned about that. Then again, I can kind of understand how he feels. I am his friend after all.
That's not why I was calling. I saw the Midnight Channel. You saw it too, right?
Huh?
I can easily hear Yosuke panicking on the other side of the phone. He's probably surprised I saw the Midnight Channel when I shouldn't even be in Inaba right now. He must be thinking that the Midnight Channel is now appearing on a national TV network. Looks like Teddy didn't tell them after all.
Did Teddy not tell you? Since we're meeting up early tomorrow, I decided to come today. I figured you wouldn't think I could have seen it, so I gave you a call.
Well, I assumed you weren't here yet, so I didn't want to rely on you.
You haven't changed. So how about it? You're not gonna leave this be, are you, Captain Rasantama?
Why'd you zero in on that part? Did you see how they called you a sister complex kingpin?
Mine's not that bad.
You think?
Is it not you?
I ought to tell you, that program's not the only strange thing lately.
Oh.
Teddy, Rise, and Kanji aren't here either. They disappeared.
Oh. That would be why Teddy wouldn't have said anything. For a moment, I'm at a loss for words. Not only has the Midnight Channel come back on, but we've lost contact with 3 of our friends? I have a bad feeling about this. I can't believe that those 2 things are unrelated.
Alright, we should get together tomorrow like we planned.
Yeah, at the Jeunesse food court. Welcome back, partner.
I'm suddenly reminded that I haven't even greeted Yosuke yet. I finally feel the sense of worry fade a little, and answer with a smile.
It's good to be here.
No matter what has happened, our friends may be in danger. If that's so, then there's only one thing to do. Speaking of things I have to do...
Oh, right. Sorry to say, I forgot to pick up your souvenir.
A souvenir? Don't even worry about it, man.
You sure? I thought you were really looking forward to it. Those nurses.
Nurses?
I had a feeling he wouldn't get it if I don't tell him flat out. This is rather hard to bring up, but oh well.
Yeah, Teddy asked me to get it for you. He said you were crushed that they got burned.
Oh, wait, this is all...
I didn't know you were into nurses.
Shut up! That's enough! Damn it, you're trying to wind me up, aren't you? Stay home, you jerk!
But I'm already here. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Radio. At least it seems like he understands about a souvenir. In any case, the preparations have been made. Tomorrow I'll meet with everyone to sort through whatever information we have on this situation. If we have to, we'll go back into that world. It'd be best if this was all just our imaginations. But, unfortunately, we know that the Midnight Channel wouldn't have appeared without a reason. I should make sure I'm ready for tomorrow and get some rest. Oh, back to Jeunesse. Life, Jeunesse. No, it wasn't that long ago I completed Persona 4. This place is lively as always. I look across the food court on Jeunesse's roof for the first time in a while. Even though there aren't many people in Inaba, this place is exceptionally crowded. Plus, because it's Golden Week as well, I feel like it's busier than usual. I happen to run into Yosuke at the elevators. We briefly greet each other. And guys are weird like that. The closer we are, the more simple our interactions when we meet each other face to face. The 2 of us step out to the food court. We immediately find Yukiko and Chie. They wave back at us past the playground area from the bench they're sitting on.
Good to see you guys again.
Welcome back! The guest of honor's finally here. You're looking well. Welcome back. Should we...
Huh? Oh, he already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
But of
But
course,
I'm glad you came.
we chat some more while we all sit down. And then Yosuke stands up and clears his throat loudly. He's probably been waiting for the right moment to say something. He hasn't mentioned anything to me, but I can easily guess what he's about to say. We all look towards Yosuke.
Well, it sucks that we can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
Right.
Oh, the team is back!
Yes, it is.
Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's do this!
Oh,
I don't think the applause is necessary.
it is very necessary, Yosuke. Why not? It's been 2 months since we last saw each other, after all. Chie and Yukiko start chuckling when I shrug, and though Yosuke seems saddened at that, he still ends up laughing along as well. It's a relief to see that they're the same as always, but because of that, it makes me even more worried about the friends that aren't here right now. We can't start slacking off. We begin to sort through the information that we know about it already.
Let's get cracking. I mean, this is no laughing matter. No one's heard from Teddy, Kanji, or Rise. Just those 3, right?
Does that mean we still have contact with Naoto?
Yeah. Oh, I got a hold of Naoto,
Okay.
but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her.
Fair enough, though, you know, Naoto might get a little annoyed if we don't tell her.
She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here too.
If she has a reason for not being here and we can still contact her, then Naoto should be fine. That leaves Teddy, Rise, and Kanji. Not hearing back from them after an entire day has passed isn't normal at all. The relationship between their sudden disappearances and the reappearance of the Midnight Channel last night disturbs me.
One thing's been bothering me.
Oh.
The picture on the TV was very clear last night.
Oh, was it not normally that clear?
Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Right.
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here. Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
TA seems pretty angry about it. Many of the locals know about the rumor of the Midnight Channel. In other words, this troubling broadcast has already been seen by who knows how many people. From what I've been told, the moment Chie tried to ask another student about the Midnight Channel, the other girl ran away with a look of fear on her face. It's no surprise that Chie would be angry. But in the end...
What bothers me most is Teddy. He was acting like the host of that show.
That's a point.
Yeah, and we can't find him.
This smells fishy. Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
It is Teddy.
Guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
That's right. Go inside the TV. Out of everything, that was the element that shook our common sense the most out of everything we experienced last year. Actually, the murders in last year's events happened in another world inside the television. This world is filled with monsters called shadows that are born from people's hearts. Because my friends and I gained personas, the power to defeat those shadows, we were able to enter TV screens and fight
Won't
them.
we be stuck in there without Teddy to give us an exit?
That's also a point. But even we persona users would find it extremely difficult to leave that world on our own. In order to come back, we need the exit TV that our friend Teddy was capable of creating.
Not so. I've had Teddy keep the exit TV out on that side.
Oh?
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddy wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
I mean, you never know with our group, Chie.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
No matter what the reason, it's reassuring to know that we have an exit strategy ready for us. To be honest, I almost fell into it the first time it appeared in my room after all.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there. Is everyone ready?
We're all good to go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
Did you now? We all share a look to confirm our intentions. All of them nod back. I can see the seriousness in their eyes. Even though there was a 2-month gap since I last saw them, they still continue to put their trust in me. I feel a slight sense of pride as I stand up from the bench. The large screen TV in the electronics department is directly below the food court. That was the entrance we always used last year. Is it going to be quiet enough for us to make use of it this time? Because that's normally the concern, is that people will see us. Yeah.
It's a holiday, so the store's full of people.
I feel like things are picking up around town.
Oh, there's the... the...
It's been a while since last time. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, it works.
Oh, wait! There are still people in this aisle!
Hey, get ready! The customers stars are going away.
Okay. In we go.
Let's go.
Oh, this is different.
Isn't this different from usual? Oh no! What do we do?
What can we do? We can't stop now.
This is definitely different. I hear a voice. It's a woman's voice. It sounds familiar to me. This voice is... Margaret?
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hello, Margaret. I don't sense that distinctive floating feeling that I usually have when I enter the TV world. When I concentrate, I realize that I must be sitting in a chair. The moment I open my eyes, I see vibrant blue. Velvet Room. I visited this place an untold number of times last year, and once more in my dreams yesterday. I never thought I would return to this place.
It's not a dream this time? What's going on? Didn't my contract end already?
Excuse me? Igor, who usually sits front and center, is nowhere to be seen. The one to greet me is the woman with silver hair, Margaret. Could this be a personal summoning then? That happened a few times last year too. Margaret smiles as if she senses my suspicions.
This room is tied to your fate. Nothing that occurs here is meaningless. Though you reached an end to one journey, you now find yourself here again. This shows that you will once again be faced with a question.
What question?
And something really is going on?
Another mystery has appeared, and we are about to be dragged into it again. Could that be what she means?
From here on, what befalls you will upset your status quo. It is true that you've opened the door once already, but all things change. Nothing ever remains the same. What you gained before will change over time as well. You will have to face them once again.
Face
them? Again?
Our shadows? The first thing that Margaret's words stir up in my mind is the sight of my friends' smiling faces. Is that going to change? No, that can't be true. And face them again? That's impossible. Once I wake up and leave this room, I should still be with my friends. There's no need to jump to conclusions. But Margaret appears to have anticipated my thoughts and smiles while narrowing her eyes.
Show me how you will proceed down the path that awaits beyond the door you've opened.
My vision wavers, and the blue light before me vanishes quickly. Wait, I still need to know what you mean by those words. Drop a wee save. Oh, hello.
Where am I?
Where did I get thrown to when I left that blue room? The scenery is so unexpected that I'm at a loss. This is a school. It's the music room of Yasogami High. I attended this school with my friends until recently. There's no mistaking it. We entered the TV together, so why am I here? No, that's not right.
This is... No, wait. This has to be the TV world.
Ooh, apologies, excuse me. The graffiti on the ground. I'm also noticing the weird circle of shoes surrounding the piano. Oh, yeah, shoes placed like that for some kind of ritual. Okay, yeah, we do see that as well. The eerily shining eyes of the portraits on the wall. The more carefully I look, the more I realize that this place is not the real Yasogami High. Most of all, I sense no warmth from this place, like I always did from the students who would come and go from here. This is a fake. It's definitely not the school I attended. But what happened to turn the world inside the TV to this? On top of that, we entered the TV from our usual entrance, but I ended up in a completely different place.
This has never happened before.
Yep. I also realized that my friends aren't with me either. Did we somehow get separated? I start to feel chills down my spine and look around.
Hello! Sorry for the wait!
Hello, Rise.
Greetings, boys and girls of Yasogami! The P1 Grand is about to begin. There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out. Tell us how you really feel.
What the?
Oh, I do have dialogue options. Rise? Given her comments, I am cautious it might be Shadow Rise. I shout out questions, but she doesn't answer. This is Rise Kujikawa, one of our friends on the investigation team that we couldn't contact. Does she not hear me, or is she choosing not to respond? As I ask myself this, I hear different voices echoing as well. Oh, why am I yawning so much? I've slept tonight. I look around in surprise. These voices, it's not just from one or two people. I see countless students staring at me from the hallways, the entrance, everywhere I turn.
May I have your attention, please? I, Rosette, will be your commentator. But first, the General has a few words for you all.
Oh. What's going on? Why are there so many people inside the TV world? Before I can think of any answers, Rise makes another announcement. And as if on cue, the monitor in the music room turns on. What appeared on it was Teddy. He was wearing a strange hat and cape, just like he did on the Midnight Channel last night. First Rise and now Teddy? What are they doing?
You're all well then.
Oh.
I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix.
Again? That's the same bizarre tournament that was shown on the Midnight Channel. Then, is Teddy really the one behind this insanity?
Teddy, what's going on here? We came to look for you and Rise and...
Always with the talking, Sensei. It's a big waste of time. Less talk and more fighting. With the next challenger, come on down.
Okay. No explanation there. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Teddy looks away and makes a dismissive gesture. Smoke suddenly bursts out from underneath me and robs me of any visibility. Is there someone behind that white curtain? Eventually my field of vision begins to clear. I keep my guard up, expecting anything. But who should appear but Yosuke? Though I hadn't expected to run into him like this, I'm relieved to see that he's safe. Teddy did say something about a challenger just a moment ago. I recalled that the P1 Grand Prix that appeared on the Midnight Channel looked a lot like some kind of fighting competition. Wait, am I supposed to fight Yosuke now? That's not funny at all.
Great. They're expecting you and me to fight.
Looks like. Sheesh, what's Teddy thinking?
Oh.
Starting that up already? I won't let you get all buddy-buddy with each other. These battles are fought to the death. Only the victor can proceed.
Teddy?
This joke's gone on far enough, Teddy. We're not gonna play along with that.
I look over at Yosuke, hoping that he would agree with me. But he doesn't appear interested in what I have to say.
Really? I guess he should declare me the winner then.
Yosuke?
What? You don't plan on fighting, right? That means I win by default.
That was not what I was expecting to hear. What's gotten into you, Yosuke? Do you have some reason to be talking like this? I can't figure out what's going on. Yosuke continued to speak in a carefree manner, and said something that I simply couldn't believe.
But is that okay with you? I mean, since Nanako-chan's here and all?
What?
Nanako's here?
Wait, really? You haven't seen her? She's with Teddy.
What? That can't be. I saw Nanako back at the house when I left this morning. And even then, Nanako can't enter the TV world on her own. But she's in this world? I can't believe it for a moment. But what if it is true? Just coming into this world can tire a person out very quickly. On top of that, if someone who can't use a persona comes here, it can sometimes even be fatal.
Where is she? Yosuke, where's Nanako?
Whoa, what's gotten into you, partner? No need to get hysterical.
Why are you so calm about this? You know what happened to her last time she came
Yeah, last time went very badly. Nanako did come into this world once, last year. It was not something any one of us would have wanted to happen. I've just realized the music playing is Omen. That's not good music. That was the start of a whole chain of events. Remembering them is heart-wrenching even now. So why? No, even then, it might be wrong for me to lash out at Yosuke for the way he's acting. Calm down. I need to think straight here. All Yosuke said was that he saw her with Teddy. Then, was Nanako brought here by Teddy? He's the leader of this tournament?
Yosuke, be straight with me. Are you sure Nanako's with Teddy?
How should I know? If I had to guess, I'd say she's probably still with him. Man, are you alright? Are you that worried about Nanako-chan?
Well, yeah, I would be worried.
No wonder people look at you funny, thinking you have a sister complex.
Sense of wrongness that I've been feeling this whole time is getting even stronger. True, Yosuke may say some insensitive things, but mostly that's because he reads too much into a situation and acts out over it. He's not the type of guy to enjoy making hurtful remarks like this.
Yosuke, are you alright?
Huh? What are you talking about? I should be the one saying that to you. She's not even your real sister. All that big bro stuff really creeps me out. It was a while ago that I saw her. It's probably too late to save her now. You know how things went last year, after all.
Yosuke.
Yosuke, you're treading some dangerous ground. He's definitely not the Yosuke I know. Yosuke's my friend. He wouldn't be so callous as that. At least, I thought so, up until now. He was the one who had to face the pain of losing someone he cared about when the murders first started last year. I can't hate him for accidentally mentioning someone who is dead, but the way he's acting, he's doing this on purpose. I silently draw my sword and face Yosuke.
Draw your weapon. You'll get your fight.
Oh.
Dude, what are you saying? You told me you let me win by default.
To be honest, I've been thinking that this Yosuke before me was some kind of fake. I even wondered if something had happened to him and Yosuke's shadow would appear again in this world. But this wrongness that I keep sensing is nothing like that. This probably is the real Yosuke. And the strangeness I feel is because these words really are coming out of the mouth of someone I never thought would say them. If so, then...
I don't know if you're being controlled or if there's something else going on here. Either way, you must understand the best way to resolve the situation.
There's no way to tell if what I'm saying is getting through to him at all. But if I want to figure out what's going on, I'll just have to fall for this trap once.
Sorry, but I'm gonna go all out. No hard feelings.
I'm gonna try and go all out.
Huh? All that talk and you're gonna fight against your partner after all?
Hey,
Well,
Rise.
whatever. Let's hurry up and get this started. Ready?
Alrighty. Place a bookmark? I'll probably need it. Oh, need to remember, in fighting games use the D-pad, not the joystick. There we go.
Final. Fight.
Oh! Whoa! Okay. Okay. I have no clue how to actually play this game, is that thing? This is all me learning. Oh, that doesn't. Ow. Ow. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. So. Is there a. Oh! There we go. Oh! Ow! What's this? Oh. Does that win? Okay. I didn't lose. Place a book. Oh, just one round. Okay, I won.
Amazing, Sensei! Keep that up and zoom on ahead!
Well, so you said this was a fight to the death.
Ahead? You're gonna continue with this? Teddy, about Nanako.
I don't want to spoil the surprise. If you want to find out, you'll have to get to me.
Oh, are you setting yourself up as the final boss?
But I think you should hurry.
Teddy? The monitor shuts off. Still haven't learned anything about Nanako. But he did seem to have been expecting me to ask about her. I don't want to think about it, but Nanako really may be here. The moment the monitor turned off, the students began to leave like waves in the receding tide. No, they don't look like students anymore. There's something inhuman just taking the shape of students. I was too focused on the fight to notice, but it seems their true forms are coming through. They look like silhouettes. Could they be shadows? Even so, I don't sense any hostility from them. Well, if they're not a threat and they're going away, there's no need to chase after them. Besides, there's something more important to do right now.
Are you alright?
I walk towards where Yosuke lies collapsed on the ground and give him my hand to help him up.
Ow! Couldn't you hold back a little? I seriously thought you were gonna kill me.
The same went for you. I wouldn't have stood a chance if I held back on you.
Yeah, to be fair, it was pretty close. Yosuke grimaces in pain as he stands, but he doesn't seem to have suffered any severe injuries. That's good. I knew I couldn't risk going easy on him, so I was a little worried that I'd actually hurt him. But once we get a good look at each other, Yosuke's demeanor suddenly changes.
That aside, shut up about the nurses already.
What?
It's not like that's the only thing I ever think about.
What?
What's this about nurses?
Huh? You were harping on it the whole time. How can you stand there and constantly bash my taste in women with a straight face?
Excuse me?
Is it such a crime to like nurses?
Wait a second.
Yeah, what conversation were we having? I don't understand why he's suddenly angry, but he's not making any sense at all. I tell Yosuke to calm down and we go over what he thought had happened before the fight. We learned that our memories of what each of us had been saying didn't match up at all. According to Yosuke, it seems that I'd been, well, teasing him about his taste in women. Yosuke was so heated up over what I'd supposedly said that he almost went into graphic detail, but I stopped him before things went that far. I mean, really, it's best for both of us if we pretend this never happened. But thanks to our conversation after the battle, I've come to realize something. If we'd been hearing each other say things neither of us had been meaning to say, then...
Yosuke, let me ask you something. Is it true that Nanako is here in this world?
She is?
Yep. Yosuke's at a loss for words. He had no idea what I was talking about. It's just as I thought. Yosuke doesn't know anything about Nanako. If that's true, then what I heard Yosuke saying before that fight was something that Yosuke couldn't possibly have said. This only makes me more convinced that I have the right idea. What I had heard wasn't what Yosuke had meant to say. Don't know how, but something else had made Yosuke say those words, even if he didn't know he was saying them. That reminds me, Teddy on the screen had said that I needed to get to him if I wanted to find out the truth. Does that mean Teddy had done this to us?
I guess there's no choice but to keep going.
Nanako is good friends with Teddy. I don't want to imagine it happening, but if he wanted to kidnap her, it's certainly possible he could have. I want to go home at once and check to make sure she's okay, but I have no idea where I am. Even worse, Teddy holds the means of returning to the real world. There's no way out of here unless I find him on my own.
Taking off?
Yeah.
Well, be careful.
Be careful. I'm worried about you. Do your best. I sense a lot of emotions behind those words. I know now that I'm hearing the real Yosuke. I take Yosuke's cheering me on to heart and leave the music room. Teddy had said that only the winner could go on in this tournament. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's probably not a lie. Yosuke understands that as well. That's why he's trusting me to sort it out and lets me go without much talk. He's frustrated that he can't help me out. I could just be jumping to conclusions there. After all, Teddy did say that was the rule, but we don't have any proof either way. Well, I might as well see what he meant by that. I stop walking and turn back to Yosuke.
One last thing. About those nurses.
Ah, quit it already! Are you out of your mind again?
Yosuke turns bright red and rushes towards me, flailing wildly in an attempt to stop me from finishing. And... oh. There's a painful sounding noise as he runs into something invisible and slowly slides to the floor.
What is this?
Well, wasn't there? Could I have done that in a way that wouldn't have hurt him as much?
So there's an invisible wall. Looks like the loser can't leave the room.
It looks like there's some force that prevents the loser from leaving the area where the fight took place. It's likely that every time one of these battles happens here, the winner will get sorted out this way. That's annoying.
I see how it works now. Thanks.
If Teddy really has kidnapped Nanako, there's no time to lose.
Don't use me as your guinea pig. Wait, that's it? Hey, don't wear yourself out, alright?
I turn away as Yosuke shouts at me. Not to worry, Yosuke. I give him a quick smile before leaving the area, for real this time. Onwards. At that moment, I feel a wave of disorientation crash over me. I'm surprised that this is happening without warning, but it's not a threat. After all, I know this feeling all too well. Velvet room? Yep.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hello, Margaret. I'd been leaving the music room, but now I'm sitting in the velvet room for some reason. Margaret greets me with her usual smile. This room truly is mysterious. But why would she summon me like this? Margaret sees my suspicious expression and speaks up.
Things have only just begun, and yet you already seem tired. The misfortune that has befallen you can be thought of as a sort of trial.
A trial?
I want to know the details behind her words, but I know that she won't answer me even if I ask. The inhabitants of the Velvet Room never reveal everything. That's because they can only watch over the choices their guests make. Margaret's smile broadens when she sees that I don't intend to ask her anything.
Indeed. I am an observer on your journey. I would do nothing so thoughtless as to force you to make choices. You do not need such provocations. I already know that you shine brilliantly enough.
This shine she speaks of. Could it be about my ability to use personas?
Yes, that is part of your brilliance. Personas are masks of resolution, strengthened by controlling one's heart. By forming bonds. You understand this well, don't you?
Yeah, that's how we all fought up till now.
Yes, indeed. But one's heart is intangible. It cannot be seen and cannot be felt. When polished, it releases a strong light unlike anything else. But it can also be clouded by trivial things. Have you ever felt that way?
Clouded by trivial things? I feel so. That's a nice noise. Sorry, just a little click. That noise just sounds nice to me.
You may be more conscious of that fact than most, because you hold the power of the wild card.
Oh, does that mean I can still swap? Can I still swap personas in this game? Margaret's voice fades away as she answers me. Oh.
From here on, you will be forced to re-examine the things you know as bonds. How will you face the changes to come, and what choices will you make?
What choices will I make? What choices do I have to make? Oh, hello. Hallway. When I open my eyes again, I'm in the school's hallway. I turn around and see the door to the music room close behind me. Was I only summoned to the Velvet Room in spirit? There's no way for me to figure out what just happened, but I think back on what Margaret had told me.
Changes, huh?
Even though the people of the Velvet Room avoid saying much, what little they do say... What little they do have to say always has meaning. Well, it's true that Margaret has said some strange things while I've known her. But she's never said anything meaningless while on duty. I would assume that this would be the case now. I may have to keep her words to heart. Place a bookmark? Alrighty. I'll take every option to save I get. Notice the class sign says P1 rather than... I suppose normally it's like... What would I know? Class systems are normally like 1A, 2A... Like... P1's not a normal class designation from what I'm aware. In any case, I need to concentrate on this case for now. I'm sure I'll understand the meaning behind what she said when the time comes. I must proceed. Though this bizarre place looks nothing like the Yasagami High I attended, the building seems strangely familiar as I run through it. Teddy had appeared on the monitor in the music room. From the looks of things, he appeared to be behind what was happening. But I'd heard Risei's voice over the school's PA system before my fight with Yosuke. If this school works anything like a real one, I can make a good guess as to where Teddy and Risei are.
Might be the announcement room.
But of course, things aren't that easy. Those invisible walls keep getting in my way wherever I go. It seems that some of these walls don't let anybody through, no matter if they won or lost their fights. Every single time I run into one, I'm forced to take another path. It's like my route is already set for me.
I feel like I'm being led somewhere.
Yep, I would imagine that's the case. To the next fight, probably. I stop for a moment in the hallway out of the practice building, and mutter to myself while I take a look around. Who is... No, where are they trying to lead me? At that moment...
Hey, you there! You're one of them participants in that there Grand Prix thing, right?
Hello? I don't recognize this voice. A voice that I don't recognize at all breaks me from my reverie. I instinctively jump back and draw my sword in surprise.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the big idea?
Hello.
You could poke someone's eye out swinging that thing around.
Hello. I turn and see a girl that I've never seen before. You have very vivid eyes, gotta say. Was she part of that crowd? No, she looks like a real person. She was caught by surprise when I suddenly pointed my weapon at her. Although she flinches, her words don't lose any of their intensity. How bold of her. That may seem like an odd thing to say, but it's what suddenly crosses my mind. But this girl doesn't seem to have any intention of attacking me. I sheath my sword, but remain cautious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Sorry ain't gonna cut it. What were you gonna do if you hurt one of the students here, huh? You can't go pulling that stuff without student council approval.
Can I get student council approval to draw swords on people?
Alright, the jig is up. I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm not in this because I want to be. I'm trying to stop the tournament.
I'm trying to act non-threatening, but the girl continues to glare at me. Who in the world is this girl? She's wearing a Yasugami High uniform. She said something about the student council. But I don't recognize her. You don't encounter people here in this world that often. If a person is here, then they're either a persona user or...
Why are you here, by the way?
Shadow.
Wait, did you fall inside a TV?
That's right. I might have put it a little differently, but if she can't enter a TV herself, the only possibility is that someone threw her in. That was what was happening in the murders from last year.
All inside a TV. What kind of nonsense is that?
She's not aware of it. But if she was a persona user, I don't see why she'd hide that fact. If she was trying to keep that from me, then she wouldn't have come to talk to me like this. Then, does that mean she is a victim after all? I carefully choose my words to avoid provoking the girl and introduce myself.
I'm Narukami. I was a second year at Yasugami High until last year.
Huh? Last year? But that uniform.
Oh no, this is kind of my usual equipment when I'm in the TV world.
Equipment?
Never mind. Forget it.
Yep.
Well, if you were only around till last year, I ain't gonna blame you for not knowing. I'm the new student council president. Nice meeting you.
Hello, the student council president. If I'm remembering correctly, the student council election should have taken place just before the holidays. I have no knowledge who won any of those elections since I'd left Inaba before they took place. That reminds me, I didn't have any friends on the student council last year either. This girl may very well be the president. No reason not to believe her.
Now it's your turn to spill. You said you ain't in the tournament because you want to be. Then what are you doing here? And what's this tournament about in the first place?
That's kind of what I want to know. I feel that if I don't explain things very clearly to her, it will only provoke her further. But trying to tell her everything about what's going on here will only confuse her. I leave out the fact that this place is inside a television and tell her about the other things that are going on. First, I tell her about Teddy, that a friend of mine is likely the one who set this tournament up. Second, that I encountered some of my friends who were dragged into this as well, but they were acting strangely. And third, that my cousin, Nanako, still in elementary school, may have been dragged into this mess. The girl calling herself the student council president seems skeptical while I talk, but eventually she sighs.
So if I got this right,
Miss President, okay.
You didn't start this, but your friend did.
That seems to be the case, ma'am.
Well, you don't seem like you're lying.
It seems that she somehow grasped the gist of what I was trying to say. I thank her out of politeness, but she laughs and asks why I'm thanking her. There's still one more difficult task left at hand. How do I make her understand that all this is within another world? One accessed by going through a TV screen. She still appears to be energetic, but it doesn't change the fact that she's in danger. I have to get her out of this world, no matter what. Oh. Where...
That sounded like it came from the gym.
Oh.
I ought to tell you to go home, but I get that you're worried about your sis. Come on, let's go check it out.
Oh, thank you for being friendly. We both start running at the same time. I reach my full running speed when something occurs to me. I'm surprised to see this Miss President keeping pace right beside me. Just standing still in this world would be strenuous for a normal person, but she doesn't even seem out of breath. It's quite impressive. I take a moment to quietly praise the girl running next to me. Ooh. Okay, I know... Oh. That's a stack of chairs. Desks. We burst into the gym where all the noise came from, but there's no one here. Instead, we see huge piles of stacked chairs. They're twisted and intertwined everywhere on the open floor of the gym, forming huge towers that reach almost to the ceiling.
What is this? Who'd go to all this trouble?
The girl stares up at the chairs, seemingly dumbfounded. Suddenly the monitor in the gym flickers to life. And, as I expected, Teddy appears again in that costume. Yeah.
Oh, are you on a hot date, Sensei? Well, that's fine with me, of course. But shouldn't you keep your mind on the fighting?
Oh dear.
Whoa, you look so mortified. That's the face I was hoping to see.
What's with you, Teddy? What's happened? He's not saying anything completely straight, but he's obviously hinting that he knows I'm worried about Nanako. I know that saving Nanako is important, but I can't leave Miss President here alone and abandon her to this world either. Still, I feel Teddy's words cause me to doubt myself. And Miss President raises her voice.
Hey, you! You're the ringleader of this mess, aren't you? What's the idea? Raising a ruckus like this without running it by the student council. Pack it in and clean all this up already.
I love the way her complaint isn't like isn't that the tournament's going on. It's just that they didn't get the student council's permission to host a tournament. She speaks as fast and clearly as she had when I first met her. After getting a clear look at her, I feel like I've come to realize where she gets her courage from. She truly wishes to protect her school. Her strong awareness of her duty is surpassing her fear. But Teddy on the monitor looks annoyed and sneers at Miss President. It's incredibly detestable. I can't believe that Teddy can even make such a malicious expression.
What's that tiny thing? I'm in the middle of an important conversation with Sensei. A yappy little mutt like you should be muzzled and sit in the corner.
Teddy.
Puppy, sit.
He has absolutely no intent of dealing with her seriously. Miss President turns bright red in humiliation for being brushed off like that. This is enough. I take a step forward to put myself between the monitor and Miss President. Please ignore Teddy.
Leave this to me.
Miss President's lips are trembling. She must be angry that there's nothing she can do herself. I don't want that anger to be in vain, so I turn to face the Teddy on the monitor.
That's pretty harsh, Teddy. Hard to believe a womanizer like you would say such things.
Huh. What's so attractive about a shameless liar like her?
Liar?
Liar? Do you know something about her?
The way he said that makes it sound as if there's some history between the two of them. But, as usual, he doesn't bother to give any details in his answer.
Come on, Sensei. Your opponent's getting tired of waiting for you. With the next challenger, come on down!
Who is it this time? After that line, another cloud of smoke rises from the floor. But this time, it is Yukiko who appears.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
Hey, Yukiko.
It's nothing. Are you alright?
Is she going to try and aggravate us as well?
No, I don't think so.
Yukiko seems alarmed to see me in a defensive posture. I feel my shoulders relax in relief as I shift my weight to stand normally. It seems that she hasn't been affected like Yosuke had. Give it a moment. I didn't think I'd been that tense though. Now that's the Yukiko I remember. She's as sharp as always, exactly when we need her. If she's not being confused, then I can immediately ask for help. I try to explain what I need from her.
Might be in here. I'm heading to the announcement room where Teddy is. I need you to protect this girl from me. She might be a victim of all this.
I motion towards Miss President, standing next to me. Yukiko looks at me in surprise. I don't blame her though, but what Yukiko said next was even more surprising.
Why do I have to do that? It's not like I know her or anything.
Oh? I'm not going to help her because I don't know her? Is that really what she's saying? I can understand that she might be cautious when meeting someone for the first time, but would Yukiko really think that way? It's got to be the same as with Yosuke. That same uncanny sense of wrongness is coming back to me when I hear Yukiko speak.
Yukiko, not you too. Calm down and listen to me. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I can hear you clearly. What did you mean by you too?
When I try to question her, Yukiko's expression returns to normal. I can't tell anymore. She doesn't look like she's being controlled by someone. Am I overthinking this too much? At the very least, she doesn't seem enthusiastic about this P1 Grand Prix.
This is probably a trick the enemy is playing on us. They're trying to get us to fight each other. I'll say it one more time, Yukiko. I'd like you to protect this girl for me.
Sorry, but I don't know how to put this. It just feels like you're being really selfish. You always help people who have nothing to do with you, and I admire that. But where does that leave us? It's always your friends who get put in danger because of your self-centeredness.
Oh, I'm used to hearing her voice, but her words are scathing. I'm convinced now. There's no obvious change in her attitude like there had been with Yosuke, but something must be warping Yukiko's words too. Her words may seem like a sound argument, but she means something else. I don't care if someone who isn't related to me gets hurt. That's definitely not something Yukiko would say. The real Yukiko would never say something that disrespects the value of a life that way. Don't be deluded. Whatever happened to Yosuke is happening to Yukiko too. I don't understand the details, but Yukiko hasn't had a complete change of heart.
Yukiko.
What the? You can?
When I draw my sword, Miss President quickly tries to stop me, but I can't answer her right now. If a battle will clear up this pointless misunderstanding between us, then the time to fight is now.
Ooh, now that's our senpai. You'll show no mercy, not even to a girl if it's for your own goals. You're a real bastard with a sister complex. Keep it up and bring 'em all down.
Rise, you have to make it sound... I ignore the taunts being delivered in Rise's voice. Okay, right, we're ignoring them. That's what we're doing. Even if our words aren't getting through to each other, and we have to fight without understanding what's going on, we'll come to an understanding later. I have to believe. Both myself and my friends. I hold my sword to the side to protect Miss President, who is standing behind me.
Sorry, but you need to stay back. Whatever you see here, try to stay calm. Promise me you won't run away.
What happens next will probably surprise her greatly, but I doubt Miss President will run away. She's already shown me how strong her determination is. I glance at her over my shoulder. Although she looks worried, she still gives me a slight nod of agreement. Now, time to do this. I must end this as quickly as possible. Oh. Izanagi? I concentrate all my senses to summon my strength of heart. My persona, Izanagi. If I allow myself to go easy on Yukiko, she will surely defeat me. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stance. She resisted the idea of protecting Miss President, but she seems to have no qualms whatsoever about fighting me. There's definitely something else controlling her. Yukiko's black hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona, Konohana Sakuya, rises behind her. That's right. The usual Yukiko should have a beautiful heart like this. Wait for me. I will save you. Facebook mark. Rightio. Can I beat the second fight? Things I think not being entirely up to key on the controls doesn't help me.
Final.
Round 2, round 1, second round. Oh. Right, so there's... Okay, I did kind of find this out before, but the blue is square, and then it kind of goes around into circles, same directions. Big So there's... What's this? Under God, after one, up, up. Both of those. Oh. Ow. 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 This is going really badly.
Nice try.
Ow. Okay. Ow. Okay, Ooh. Ow. Nope. Ow. That didn't go well. This is I'm gonna need to take it. I think I might need to like off stream do some like I know there is like a practice mode and actually kind of get used to some of these characters.
Final.
Oh.
Nice try.
Ow. Okay, there's definitely... I need to... Ow. Ow. This is... Ooh, she is much better at countering me than I am countering her. What do I... Okay. I wish I knew how to do that. No, no, not on this close. Okay. That was a little too close. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to learn these characters.
The winner is you, Senpai! What an utter thrashing!
I love all this animosity! These cocky, self-righteous friends showing how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other.
I mean, to be fair, even in the original Persona 4, you and Yusuke get a fight in.
The real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting against my friends, but I now know that there's no other way to save them. I'm resolved to do what must be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Rise have been affected just like Yosuke and Yukiko had. If they are, then there's no use in trying to talk to them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much further are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway? These guys are friends! What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
Miss President vents her frustration at Teddy's image on the monitor, but I was a bit surprised at how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, not why he had dragged the entire school into this mess. We've only just met, but she clearly sympathizes with us and understands the pain we're going through. I'm embarrassed, but at the same time, a girl of such compassion would be a great student council president. It's no wonder she was elected to represent the student body of Yasugami High.
It's alright. Thanks, though.
It's not alright! This is...
She's still worked up, and she lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is a little too honest, but her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
Sorry, but you're not getting your wish.
What?
Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part. I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid! What kind of sensei are you?
I'm warning you now. If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives. But if you're an imposter, hiding behind Teddy's face,
you're in for a beating.
Pay for toying with us.
Oh. Goodbye. Teddy scoffs and turns around. The monitor suddenly switches off. Suddenly turning on us without any signs of remorse. That's not like Teddy at all. No, he's most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicions. Someone must be taking Teddy's form to make it look like he's the one committing these acts.
That girl's come around.
Oh, Yukiko? You're okay? I immediately rushed to Yukiko's side. Sorry about that.
Yukiko, are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on
you. I...
No, it's okay. You weren't your usual self, but I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on. I'm sorry too. Did I hurt you?
Yeah. I mean, given my health bar at the end of that fight.
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
I try to pass it off as a joke, and we look at each other and laugh. Things are going the same way as they had with Yosuke. It's becoming clear now.
Did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
Oh. Yukiko hesitates, as if even remembering it is a difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this is certainly finding the most annoying way of getting us to fight. But what I supposedly said to her doesn't matter. Yukiko is still hesitant to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry about it.
I don't need to know what I said. I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses.
Yeah.
My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
Oh, Yusuke can too.
You sure you want to know?
Yeah. Even if she does want to know, am I sure I should be telling her? If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair, is it? But that curiosity isn't line for Yukiko, I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out to Miss President, who's standing behind us.
What kind of people are you? Oh, right. We used our personas.
Yeah, we should at least explain to her what's going on.
That's a complicated conversation. She did see everything that had just happened. This would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduced Miss President and Yukiko to each other and fill in the parts that I had left out of my previous explanation. I tell her about the personas. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside the television. And I tell her how the scenery here changes according to the hearts of the people who enter it. She looks doubtful while I'm talking, but considering that she's just seen our personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it all either. She crosses her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that the Yasugami High had a new student council president either. Yukiko apologizes for not having paid attention to the elections in April.
That's it in a nutshell.
So, that's what you meant by falling into a TV.
Yeah, which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
This school came from me? That's a lot to swallow. I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
Yeah. That's right, I had doubts about that too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their personas to enter this world. Besides the obvious reasons, such as not being able to escape and being unable to protect themselves from shadows, a person's shadow separates from them. The shadows that split off are strongly attached to their original people they came from, and will try to harm them in order to become independent identities. I hadn't given it much thought since Miss President seems so energetic, but it's still possible that this has happened to her as well. I put this together with the conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago and come to a conclusion.
Teddy who's hosting this tournament. What if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Huh?
That would be a new one.
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter. The fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate is...
In Persona 4, shadows appeared very much like the person whose shadow they are. That's right. If we both saw an illusion, at the very least the enemy has the power to delude our senses, and make us see and hear things that aren't there. Excuse me? On top of that, it can alter what others hear, say, and see us do. If it can do that, then I can easily see that our enemy can use that power to change its appearance. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. It still leaves the question as to why it would take on the appearance of someone it doesn't know. I've seen shadows in the past that took on bizarre appearances, but this is the first time I've seen one impersonate an existing person. Does this shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale and is staring down at the ground. All this talk of shadows in another world doesn't seem to be reaching her, but she seems troubled at the thought that she might be causing all this trouble. I'm about to tell her the actions of her shadow aren't her fault, but Miss President rises to her feet.
I'm gonna check out the announcement room.
Oh.
That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if he came from me, then I gotta own up to the responsibility. As student body president, I can't let this go.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that?
She has a point.
Show me the door.
Well...
Yep. Her eyes are filled with the fires of determination, just as they had been when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and her awareness of her duty say that she will never back down.
Cousins in the announcement room, and you're gonna go save her, right?
That's the plan.
I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight.
Oh, fair.
Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
I suppose if we're going together.
No, don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do to help. Hell, that aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
I guess that's one way to resolve that. Miss President declares this in a voice that brooks no argument and takes off running. Yikes, I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. I remember how fast she can run. If I'm going to go after her, I need to go at once or I'll lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Yukiko sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to say. She's right. There's so much we don't understand, but there's no way the investigation team can let a victim run off to die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I'd be leaving her here alone and tells me to follow a girl she's only just met. This is the exact opposite of the behavior she'd been displaying before the fight. Now that is the Yukiko Amagi I know. I'm ashamed that I'd even slightly let myself be confused by the way I'd heard her speak before, and I answer her. Thank you.
Don't worry about me. I believe in you.
Yukiko nods to me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. I have to rely on the faint echoes of footsteps ahead to pursue Miss President through the school. I can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate because the invisible walls are everywhere. But the announcement room is upstairs. Excuse me? That obviously limits the paths she can take. We'll catch up with her no matter what. Though Yasugami High isn't a complicated layout. I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast it's almost supernatural. I even begin to think that her path may not be hindered by the invisible walls. Wait a second. Now that I think about it, she's not a participant in the P1 Grand Prix. She didn't appear in the introduction video, and even though she'd been there when I faced off with Yukiko, she wasn't affected by the rules. Could she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her will be quite difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door appears in my path. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I don't have time to deal with this, or so I think, but when I consider the timing of its appearance, I can't help but feel there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind and reach for the door. As I walk through the door, I feel a slight sense of lightheadedness, and I close my eyes reflexively. When I open my eyes, I'm seated in my usual position, and Margaret is smiling quietly at me, as if nothing is different. When she sees I've noticed her, she speaks, as if aware of my impatience.
You seem flustered, but time has no meaning here.
Yep. Margaret politely points this out, knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? I thought I had figured out a few things about this room, but it seems there's still more for me to learn about it. If time doesn't pass while I'm in this room, then I should concentrate on what she's about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts, Margaret smiles.
It seems you've emerged victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth.
Just a piece.
Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward. Very impressive.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this, then?
Oh.
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth.
Helpful as ever.
There is one thing I can tell you.
Excuse me? Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate.
Oh?
You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial?
I don't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret had just
Everyone
said.
sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you. Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Margaret smiles mischievously and nods towards me. Oh, and another slight feeling of lightheadedness passes, and I return to that otherworldly school. The blue door is nowhere to be found, as if it had never been there to begin with. I look up, and I still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be, but for some reason, my mind has cleared up a bit. Oh, never bookmark. In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now, I immediately see a recognizable feature. Her long ponytail. Found her.
Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone.
Take this! Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Color me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. Had she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it then.
Promise me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash if you can't agree to those terms. I'll have to force you into protective custody. This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
I thought that I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger, but she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure if she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Mind if I ask you something?
What is it?
Go ahead. There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues.
Tough. Being forced to fight your friends, huh? Sorry. You don't gotta answer.
Excuse me? She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
You're right. If I could avoid it, I would. But I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight?
I can believe so.
Or you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe.
Yeah, I feel it's a little bit of both.
I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloomy look in her eyes.
What if you had to kill each other?
That's a different question. Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true, there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President casts her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? I felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her? Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Suddenly it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that, and a slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while we walk down the hallway. Oh. Invisible wall.
What are you doing?
I thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I hold my nose and wave away Miss President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then.
Oh.
Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters.
Okay.
This world sure is out there.
Miss President walks right through the place I'd bumped into. So that must be the case. As I'd imagined, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. Stairs. The entrance of the school building is ahead of us. But perhaps worst of all is that the wall I just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I just have to find some other way. Oh, there are walls there too. And the same could be said for the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way we'd come. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall is formed where I just passed, and I can't go back. With walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. Oh. Does this mean a fight? If I can't go anywhere, that can only mean one thing.
Be careful. This probably means...
The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. It means my third round in the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
You're still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Do you not? I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. It looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed tactics.
Okay. So who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends?
No.
Okay.
Just starting to enjoy the thought of getting to beat you up at the end of this. So, who would have... Chie is the only one of the members we've met so far, so I imagine it's Chie? The general doesn't pick up on my intention and loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out. And who should appear from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see? 4 of us entered the TV together. I've already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then...
That's what I thought. You're the last of us, after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
Oh, so you fought the others? Chie laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I'd felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko too. But as they say, the third time's a charm. I have to see if Chie's in her right mind. I decide that the best way to do that is to be calm and start a conversation with her.
Chie, you know what they're doing, right?
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right?
Oh, that was easy
Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend. I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I had to keep killing over
What?
and over, all because of you humans!
Chie? Okay, now this is obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chie would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Oh, right, carnivore was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still, what Chie said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing, over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Hurts.
Chie?
I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
He's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of Yasagami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've cleaned up all the confusion between us.
Do this, Chie.
Oh. I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Rise's voice echoes through the area, as if she was waiting for this.
Well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage. Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill?
I am all talk and no skill.
To win this time? Let's get this show
I'm not. I can't even say I'm all talk. No talk, no skill. Place a bookmark. Radio. Round 3. No, well, battle 3.
Finally.
Third match.
Fight.
Ow! I'm doing oh, oh. Ow. Okay. Oh, down. That's God hand. Ow, that hurts. Oh, Ziran. Ow. I keep trying. Ow. Oop. Oop. God, no. Ah. Nearly got it. I kept trying to. I kept trying to use Myriad Truths, which is maybe a mistake. Okay, let's try it again. So yeah, I need to keep an eye on the bars and stuff around the screen. So I think definitely off stream I'll be trying, maybe do some like stuff in the. Oh. Oh, I got it. There we go.
1,000 die while a million are born.
It's over!
One win. Well, 3 wins, I suppose, at this stage. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breathing. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. You only hit her with myriad truths. Considering this was my third time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all.
General Teddy has seen that the fight's ended without any injuries and spits his word through the monitor. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I've fought all the friends I came into the TV with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe. And then we'll be able to go home. I'll walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. Do you say though, in the Midnight Channel, both Kanji and Naoto were present though. She's come back to her senses and she seems a little sheepish. You had no challenge. No, she beat me first time.
I think, man, you're strong. I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet and then tell her everything that's happened up to this point.
So the others are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
Chie is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchanging smiles like nothing was wrong, Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him.
Well,
but
Chie,
I know he'd never say
are you gonna tell me what I said?
Wait a sec. Who are you?
Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduce Miss President and tell Chie that she may be a victim of this case. Or is this what I have to do if I do like the other stories? Is that how I find out? The other dialogue? But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours? That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
Oh, Chie actually paying attention to what's going on in school.
What are you saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
My name...
That's a point. What is your name? Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not that strange a question, is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. Chie and I share a tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My... memories.
Oh.
No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Kill one another? I gasp when I hear the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normally. I glance at Chie, then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her aside.
Chie!
Power! I barely managed to catch Chie before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, this sudden breakdown? What in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I've helped Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way!
Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping. For a moment I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. And this is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Ow. Chie and I look in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change directions and lands at a full run.
Wow. Who is that girl? Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
Well, I don't think it's just the memories that make her run away like that. Can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. Chie apparently wasn't expecting me to answer, and she continues.
I'll wait here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. I ask Chi if she'll be alright on her own. She fires back, let me worry about that. I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her, no matter what. Onwards. Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. I attempted to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing happened.
So many invisible walls, one after another. If Miss President can pass through them, I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is headed as well, but if there's a shadow waiting for me there, I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rise should be in the announcement room, and if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first, I think that this is a dead end. I realize that I can cut through a classroom and come out on the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room, rather than letting me go straight. This probably means... I brace myself and put a hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind. Oh.
Hi. Senpai!
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Rise?
Please answer me!
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. That means coming through Himiko. This has to be the work of Rise's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. This is indeed the Rise I know.
Where are you now, Rise? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room. Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Rise! What's wrong, Rise?
Well, we have another reason to get there quickly. There's no answer. The communication has been cut off. Has something happened in the announcement room? My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Rise as well. It's clear to me they must have been worried about her using her persona's powers to help tell us... her persona's powers to tell us the truth. But that's not important right now. If she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think of Rise as being less valuable than those who had to fight. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now. I have to hurry.
Pardon me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
Hello. A hand brushes my shoulder. In surprise, I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get so lost in thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I've let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. I look up and see another unfamiliar face. I recognize that face too. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her... There's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment I wonder if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior framework of her body where her joints connect.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You're...
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human.
Hello, Aegis.
You are
This is the
one
first time
from
I'm
the
actually meeting you in a game.
introduction Video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san. Correct?
Narukami is fine. Question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? It's, well, when Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke, but when a stranger said it, it sounds like they truly believe it. This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from this subject. I clear my throat and try to start over.
Aegis-san, was it? Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
Oh?
The destruction of shadows?
She fights shadows, but how can she do that if...
Does that mean...
Yes, I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another persona user outside of my group of friends, and a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with all of this. From the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans, but isn't something like this far beyond those? Still, I can't help but believe the evidence of my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Who am I to say what's strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural roots of its own. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. This P1 Grand Prix. It's so similar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her. I don't have a clear picture of everything that's happening, that's for sure. I calm myself, then ask her what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this world.
And what is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth to respond, but just then... Oh. Hello. Ready? The monitor inside the classroom turns on. It's at that moment that I suddenly remember. It's likely that I'm going to have to fight here. I'd forgotten about sensing that when I entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei.
Let me shift a wee bit.
All over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to score with her?
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next.
I have to fight Aigis? The general on the monitor gives me a twisted smile. Could Aigis-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's been set against me. Oh, that's something. If I do fight her, if she does have a mission here, then I trap her in this room. Aigis-san seems to understand this as well, and is staring at the monitor with quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yes?
I have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
No hard feelings. I've seen you in the opening animation. I guess you have got weapons. Aigis-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stance. Bitter thought comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends, but having to hurt someone that I don't even know is just as bad. Another thought comes in the heels of that one. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. Or what gives me the right to stop her in her mission? Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should talk this over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
Aigis-san says this so quickly, it's as if she's reading my mind. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking, but I realize that she's right. What good would it do for us to talk things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither one of us is going anywhere. It doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better if we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Aigis-san hasn't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. I silently ready my sword. Aigis-san appears to smile slightly when I do. Right. I'm not going to give up on what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. And I have to make sure the Miss President is okay. I will use everything I can to protect them. To thank her for her consideration, I make it a point to announce that I'm ready to start the fight.
And here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
Okay. I imagine I'm probably going to lose this one at least once. Right. Round 4. Okay, interesting to know, like, rather than saying date of birth for, I guess it does say activation. Ow! 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 Okay. Ow! No.
Severe impact. Gyro failure. Perfectly right, my damage. Remote caught. Severe evaded. Fire. Scramble. Scrambling. No. Evade no. My other self. No. Scramble.
Ow. Down. Okay. Okay. I guess having all those long-range attacks, I mean, doesn't... shouldn't surprise me, but that is... don't know enough... How do I need to learn how to block. I feel that's something I need to be able to do. Ow. Would you stop using the Gatling gun? Ow. Okay. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh. There we go. Another close one. There's a bookmark. I'll place a bookmark. Ooh.
Wowza! Now that's the sensei I know! That hunk of junk was no match
No. She was very much a match.
Serves you right. Keep suffering. Friend against friend, beating the heck out of each other.
Machine with the power of a persona. She was made to fight shadows, but I had no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained even more than my body. It angers me to see that the General is watching over us with an expression of joy, as if we were some performers for his amusement. I look up and glare at the monitor.
I don't know why you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary. Oh! That's sounding a bit like Shadow, Miss President. The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. And he's got the yellow eyes. The General is having trouble remembering to act as someone else, and his face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense at copying the adorable stupidity of the real Teddy is gone now. I noticed that the voice splitting out these hateful words is not Teddy's either.
Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me. I was forced to fight against my will. I destroyed them with my own hands.
Oh.
You should all have to go through the hell I've suffered. See how it feels to destroy everyone you call a friend.
Oh, okay.
If I knew this was gonna happen, I would have made the rules so you had to kill your opponent to move on.
General on the monitor continues to
What are you
rage.
talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel that all the dots have become connected. When Miss President had asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other, that ominous muttering of killing one another. Were these both something that had come directly from her past? Maybe she had been forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Had she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way to know for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, it kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. I might not be entirely correct, but I feel like I'm close to the truth. Should I just ask General Teddy about my suspicions? But as I'm considering raising my voice... Oh.
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
Hello? Who? Someone comes crashing through the ceiling, of course. What in the world? I rush over to Aigis-san to protect her from the falling debris. Oh. The music. When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. Well, not as strange as Aigis, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even beside that, why did she have to come through the ceiling? This room has doors. Makes no sense at all. To be fair, looking at the picture, the room doesn't seem to have a ceiling. It's in the TV studio area. I was about to get to the heart of the matter with General Teddy, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. Wait, was the ceiling there before? I hadn't paid attention to... Though she seems oblivious to my confusion, the girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Feigned? Fee, something along those lines at any rate.
What? What the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing, it looks familiar. Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is the Persona 3 Velvet Room attendant. And with that silver hair and golden eyes, could it be...
Are you from the Velvet Room?
My, is this what's known as being hit on? A forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
Oh, that's not what's going on here.
No, I'm not hitting on you. You just remind me of someone I know.
Okay, so that actually sounded like I really was hitting on her. No, I need to stop thinking about that. In any case, I need to ask her something.
Do you happen to know anyone by the name of Margaret?
Margaret?
Oh, that looks like a yes. When she repeats the name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I'd been taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions, but could this girl be younger than me? Her profile simultaneously evokes the images of a pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. Can't figure out how exactly to speak to her. Should I be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worrying about the niceties isn't the most important thing right now.
Oh, actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
Ah, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth.
Hello, Elizabeth.
To hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
He thinks of this world as a mundane place? That's confusing. Yasuo Inaba may be out in the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. The girl, Elizabeth, suddenly bows elegantly to me.
Margaret is indeed my sister's name.
Oh. Okay, they're actually related?
Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I am, indeed. I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her.
Elizabeth-san, huh? Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Like 15 minutes ago. Igor, Margaret, and now Elizabeth. Seems there are more people who call that place home than I thought. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl.
Why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
I love the tone she says in that.
Is that so?
That doesn't really tell me much, and I have no response anyway. So what possessed her to come blasting in through the ceiling instead of using the door? I decide not to bother asking her that. I've met so many different people over the last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us towards and just veer off wherever she wants. Best just hold on and go along for the ride then. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely just be confused anyway. Just as I'm having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and starts to talk about herself. Her eyes are lit up with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized. In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have.
Okay.
The power of the wild card that changes bonds into strength. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
Okay.
I know a little about the wild card, but...
I feel that the first clue to granting my wish lies within that power.
First clue?
Clue?
Flu? Influenza. Something along those lines at any rate.
Yeah. She's having trouble coming up with the right words, but I can hear the sincerity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild card is related to her desire and came here. I don't think it's worth it to ask how she knew I had that power or where she found out about it. Just as I'm struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation, she brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
I know a little bit about Velvet Room attendant fights. What? Someone please tell me how she reached the conclusion that this was a good idea. I don't think I have a chance of talking her out of it, though. But, of course, I have to try, so I say... Neither of these are how you diffuse a situation. Give me a break.
Oh, how excited this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed. To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stuck.
I see. So you're actually in your right mind here. That's kind of, impressive.
Yeah, impressive. We'll call it that. Well, maybe she understood what I meant when I mentioned the illusions. If that's so, then she at least must have had some idea of what's going on around here. And even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. I wonder, though, if she's unrelated to General Teddy's plans and invited herself into the tournament, do the usual rules apply? As I think about this, Elizabeth-san taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. The huge leather-bound book in her hand opens as if by itself. A torrent of power pours from the open book with a blue light. Wait, is that a compendium? I can't believe that this strange girl has such an unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. Oh, it may be more correct to call it an air of imminent violence.
Alright. I won't be able to hold back.
Yep, I don't think I have the option. To be honest, I was really only saying that in the hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. I hurriedly cast off my fear and focus on the upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. Even if I were to fight her with the intent of killing her, I'll be lucky enough to end up dead myself. At least, that's how I feel. Elizabeth-san calmly begins the battle.
Let's do this. Your fate is in the cards.
Right. Okay, Velvet Room attendant. I know the fights in the Persona games are, supposed to be like the hardest fights in the game, from what I understand. Persona Thanatos. Oh, lovely, the god of death.
Final.
Ow! Ow! Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, what? Ow! There we go. What's the KO? Okay, clearly she wasn't trying too hard, because she's not actually down, she's just... Okay, better safe. Oh. Yeah. Just when I thought I'd managed to throw her off balance, Elizabeth-san gets back up elegantly as if nothing had happened. Suddenly, I feel an intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hadn't been taking this seriously at all up until now. In the next moment, I'm swallowed into a torrent of power like a leaf being blown into the air, without the slightest understanding of what's happening. My vision blurs as I'm spun about, and before I can tell up from down, the floor jumps towards me and I'm slammed into the ground. Am I going to lose? As my consciousness fades, I see the faces of my friends and Aika-san, all those I had fought against up until now. It's like that story that you see your life flash before your eyes just before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? We can keep going. I'll fight as much as I have to, in order to save my friends. I have to keep fighting. Come so far, I can't lose heart now. I desperately force my legs to move and manage to stand up again. Elizabeth-san shuts her book with an air of finality.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome.
Oh.
It seems you possess true strength.
Oh. The unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Oh, excuse me. Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still, unable to move.
I believed you were at the limits of your stamina after the battle against Igus earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me. But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself, as if to confirm some suspicion.
This was truly an intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute? Fruit?
Flute?
Flue? Chimneys.
Chimneys?
In any case,
What?
I'm quite pleased.
Okay. Even after a battle she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing that she really would have killed me, even if it felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth-san looks straight into my eyes.
May I ask you something? To continue fighting in order to prevent an undesirable future, it is a path of endless hardship. Would you still choose to walk it?
Oh. Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How I had overcome the ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret and Elizabeth-san's words come together in my mind.
Yeah. Working for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Yep, that's true. Opening the door is necessary, but it's not what's truly important. What's more important is making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have that path in mind does it matter whether you've opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
I would keep fighting for the future we want.
Elizabeth-san smiles. It seems the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with my answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I feel as if I'm able to understand her a little better now.
It's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
Oh. And with this, Elizabeth briskly walks out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Igus-san getting to her feet behind me.
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
I was concerned at first, but Igus-san doesn't seem to be very hurt. Or damaged. Or whatever you would say. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easy on her either. This is getting ridiculous.
You are very kind. We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
I mean, you still seem like a nice enough person.
Isn't that normal?
I mean, there's not much room for normal when it comes to, like, this level of AI. Is it AI, or does she actually have, like, a human soul or something? I haven't actually played Persona 3, so I only know bits and pieces about it. Igus-san laughs at my confusion.
Seeing you smile like that? I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? Then it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
Igus-san stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back up at me with a serious look in her eyes.
You have defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward.
Yeah, it will, won't
But
it?
I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
I will listen. I have no reason to say no. I look Igus-san square in the eye and nod reassuringly. And so, Igus-san told me about her directive, and it was truly surprising. Oh, excuse me. There was another case involving personas and shadows, outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with a heart, created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you, and she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her, my older sister. The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Labris. I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish now. But even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any of it.
Tell me more about Labrys, and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
I mean, not least of all because of the opening of the game. But also, given everything we've seen, I'm, you know, throwing it out there that Labrys is the president.
Unfortunately.
Aiga-san's expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but she really is no different from a human. As I ponder this, I listen to what she has to say. It's discouraging.
So you don't know what she looks like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with.
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labrys is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President. Could Miss President be Labrys?
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
My sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
So maybe not? Then there's no way Miss President could be Labrys. I could tell at first glance that Aiga-san was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on inside this TV?
Right. In any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labrys is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
Right. I shrug slightly. I don't want to be so grave. Aiga-san must sense what I'm trying to do and smiles.
Thank you. I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I give Aiga-san a determined nod and run out of the classroom. Nope, not tired enough to keep going. But man, what a busy Golden Week. I have to make sure Nanako's okay, find Miss President, unmask whoever's masquerading as Teddy, and now search for Labrys somewhere in here. If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at the Junes food court. Yukiko was trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure that big bundle she was carrying was a boxed lunch she'd made for us. As to how it might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd all have enjoyed it anyway. Eventually, I would have called Nanako over, and we would have brought some snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy from the Shiroka store, and maybe I could have made it to Sozai Daigaku in time to buy the last of their special croquets. I wanted to talk with the owner of Daidara and get some books from the Yomenaido bookstore. I'd have had a steak bowl at Aya, hung out with the fox at the Tatsuhime Shrine, and waited for my uncle so we could have dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. The one who ruined my vacation and caused all these problems is the same person who stole Labrys. If they've truly brought Nanako back into the TV world. Yeah. Make a mess of a guy's holiday. As I run on, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign that I need to calm down. True, I may have lost my cool for a moment.
Here? Again?
I reach towards the door with a relaxed smile. Nope. Will I mention to Margaret about meeting her sister? Margaret is in her usual position. I glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. It looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Margaret notices me looking and sighs. A seductive sound. It also conveys annoyance.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble.
Just a little.
Though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look on her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Nanako? Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
You have gained a new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
A new resolve. I find myself nodding along.
You have reached the threshold of truth. But man's hearts are mutable. That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
But this will be a difficult battle without end.
Without end?
Are you equal to the challenge?
Am I equal to the challenge? The way she puts it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately and think about the question. It would be lying to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment. But even then...
I have my friends. If I'm not alone, I can do it.
I see.
Excuse me? Margaret nods slightly in response.
I have heard your answer, but it's not enough.
Oh.
Remember what I told you before? The heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words being repeated. I have reached a threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, the student council president and a fake Teddy, my encounter with a weapon with a heart, Aika-san searching for her sister, Labris, and the determination that I've gained through these constant battles. What I must accomplish. How do I show what I've decided through my actions? Oh, another save? And on to the next little section. It seems that the number of invisible walls has decreased. Could this mean that the end is near? Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice. Oh, hello, Miss President. That was Miss President's voice. It was coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it! I opened the door to the announcement room and rushed inside.
You're finally here!
Hello, General Teddy.
Sensei. Congratulations! How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
The General smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rise. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused while Rise's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai! You're late!
I have to stay cautious of the General, but I signal to the girls that everything will be alright now. The General is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. And there's one more thing I need to know.
Teddy, where's Nanako?
I look around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. The General's face distorts with an ugly glee.
Nana-chan's right here. See?
Slowly, the General extends the arm that was held behind him. And there was Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest, and she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako!
After taking a step forward, I noticed something bizarre. The General disappeared? For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. The General had been standing directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly right in front of me without me noticing it? While I'm confused about the General's disappearance, Nanako weakly calls to me. Being in the TV world has obviously taken a toll on her. She totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the General later. I have to save Nanako right now. As I reach out to her, Rise yells.
Senpai, no! Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako's not here? What is she saying? She's right here. Just as I'm about to say so, my hand stops. Something's not right. I tried to look into Nanako's face once more, and in her eyes, I saw madness. Oh.
Oh, so close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
You
bastard.
Barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. So, is Nanako not... Was this all just a ruse? Because that's what's going on. The General suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane, and I get a good look at him as our weapons clash together. I see the madness in his face. The same madness that I had seen in Nanako's only a moment before. That's when I noticed that Nanako has disappeared. What's going on?
You've got it wrong, Senpai! It's all been him from the beginning! He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else!
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear!
Oh. That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I had realized it after all the battles I'd had today, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all that. The General laughs at this.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here. But you actually saw this Nanako girl? You're hopeless.
Oh, so he can't... He struggles to show people who aren't in the TV world? Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights, Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. The appearance before me is a fake. He distorted our senses all to make us suffer. But just as I'd thought, he couldn't deceive Rise's persona abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during his tournament. Now that I know that, I pushed the General's cane away and jumped back towards the girls in order to distance myself from him. Good. Now I'm between them and the General. I then looked straight at the one behind this bizarre situation.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously, the level of intelligence around here. Fine then,
Here, get a good look.
Oh. Cutscene? Oh. Uh. That's... Ah. Orb. Oh. Oh. I'm guessing this... This must be Labras. Hello.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Oh, it's been a while since I've heard that one.
That's my face.
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, a ponytail, and a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing behind me, trembling.
How about it? You wanted to see what I am, didn't you?
Why does she look like me? That's its true form. That thing is your shadow.
Wait, how is Labras someone's shadow? What?
This is a shadow? She really came from inside me?
Riese tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. While Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what is going on. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world. The sense of wrongness that I'd had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends. The way she avoided telling me her name. That superhuman strength when she hit Chie, and that incredible jump to get away from us. And the Shadow's ability to interfere with the senses of other people. Just as Margaret had said, all the pieces to the puzzle were laid out before me. They've all come together, and now I can see the truth. She is indeed Labras. Labras, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world. Created this school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories. All of this took the form of Labras' shadow, who manipulated everything here.
Labras, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
Labras only shivers when I call out to her. There has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. But that's just a disguise. More for herself than for us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the
I don't
truth.
know what your past was like. It must have had some painful memories. But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
I call out to Labras while keeping an eye on the shadow. The shadow is the darkness within a person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it came from, it will never disappear for good. But with that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts this darkness within her. We'll have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. But Labras continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something. Too bad he doesn't understand at all. His thoughts are so hopelessly naive.
See, part of me's a little wondering, is Shadow Labras actually Labras, and is the student council president the Shadow? The Shadow laughs shrilly. It continues to smear more poison into Labras' heart.
Made them feel my pain. What it's like having to murder one another. That sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon. A machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering. Stop! I've had enough. I'm human. I'm not like that.
This isn't good. I settle into a fighting stance, ready for anything. Now I have a good idea what's going to happen.
Oh, you're still clinging to that? Then take a look at what you really are.
The shadow's eyes gleam with golden light. The change begins immediately. A shimmer runs across Labrys's body, and instead of the normal human girl there had been a moment ago, she has a metallic body, just like her shadow. Okay, maybe... I suppose, yeah, that would make sense with the ability to, like, change perceptions. Labrys loses all composure and scratches at her arm, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. But there was more to her change than just her arms. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head, everything not covered by her clothing was now obviously mechanical. The reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her knees, and finally mutters the words I was dreading she'd say. I think I know what's coming. Oh, to be continued. Oh, what? Oh? Kanji and Teddy's stories are now available. Okay. That's only 8% in. Okay. That's good. That's got me. So, be continued. So, I'm guessing we get to go through it. The goal is to go through it. Is there a specific order I go in? Okay. I'm not going to start a new one because I feel it's maybe a good place to end. Do I need to save? I don't think I need to save. Oh. Oh, wait, no, I'm just loading the bookmark. Okay, so that's... There's so many in... What is this? There's a lot more to this than I thought. Unless these are like individual like chapters like I've been going through in Narukami's story. That's a lot of cards. And then there's still a question mark. Okay, there's more to this than I thought in the story. I'm curious to maybe... I plan to keep going kind of for a 3-hour one, so I'll maybe... Actually, hold up, lesson mode, learn the basics. This is maybe I should go through these. There's 60 tutorials. I wonder if these like automatically progress you from one to one, like from one to the next. I don't feel I need a tutorial for walking. Let's start with basic movement. There we go. You did it! You baby steps, you start on the road to knowledge. Walking back and forth is a basic method for adjusting the position of your character. Okay, we can move through them all one by one. Try crouching. You did it. Holding diagonally down the way or will... Okay. And we do have double jump. You did it by pressing diagonal up so you can jump forwards or backwards. Let's cover basic attacks. First, let's cover weak attacks. Try pressing... I think that's square. Okay. Easy enough. You did it! Weak attacks have a short reach but are fast. Most characters crouch, weak attacks hit low, which cannot be blocked with a standing block. Next, perform a strong attack. Okay. Okay. So that's weak, strong. You did it. Strong attacks are powerful but leave you open to counter attacks. A crouching strong attack is effective against opponents in the air. The weak persona attack will summon your persona for an attack. Okay. What's the... So that's a stab slash... Okay. You did it. Weak persona attacks summon your persona for an attack. While powerful and long range, your persona gauge will decrease if your persona is if your persona... Oh, so the persona gets attacked separately. Strong persona attacks allow you to perform unique moves. Try pressing... and then press again while on screen. Oh! That's how it works. You did it. Strong persona attacks unleash incredibly powerful moves. If you time it right, you can attack at the same time. Oh, okay. Let's cover some defense. Let's begin with standing block. Hold backwards away from your opponent and block 3 attacks. Okay, so it's... blocks are just timing based. You did it. A standing block can defend against jump attacks and all-out attacks, but be careful as it cannot defend against low attacks such as crouch and weak attacks and sweeps. To perform a crouching block, hold down. Okay. There we go. Crouching blocks can defend against many moves other than jumping attacks and all-out attacks. Because they can block most moves on the ground, try to use crouching blocks whenever you can, and only use standing blocks when necessary. Protect yourself in the air using air block while jumping or falling. Okay. Ow! There we go. Air blocks are useful in air-to-air combat as well as when jumping away from an enemy. However, there are some moves such as many crouching strong attacks that cannot be air blocked. Also, you cannot air block immediately after jumping. Okay, we now cover some useful maneuvers, starting with dashing. Oh, okay. So yeah, just dash. Dashing is useful to get in close quickly. If you can master it, you'll have more choices in battle. Backstep is, yep, the one I just noticed. Unlike dashing, you cannot continuously backstep. Make use of it when avoiding your opponent's attacks or to give yourself breathing room. The high jump allows you to jump higher than usual. Try pressing down for a split second and then quickly jump. Oh. Oh, okay. Note that you cannot do a double jump during a high jump. Let's try the aerial dash and aerial backstep. Okay, so that's... okay, so that's just air dashing. After jumping, you can only perform mid-air movement, aerial dash, aerial backstep, or double jump. Try a move that we can done while you're being knocked back. Take a hit from your opponent and hold one of the attack buttons while you're in mid-air. Oh. Okay, recovery. After using air recovery, you can air block your opponent's oncoming attacks. Press back for up. Okay. This time you'll learn a move for when you've been knocked to the ground. Take a hit from the opponent and hold one of the attack buttons when you hit the ground. Okay, just recovery again. If you stay down, you can still be attacked, so make sure to get quickly back in the fight. Explain counters. Try hitting the opponent when they're in the middle of attacking. Oh, he's... Wait, you're... He's just taunting, though. He's not attacking. You did it. When you get a counter to occur, you will deal more damage to the opponent than normal, and the opponent will stumble back, allowing you to follow up with even more powerful moves. The auto combo system allows you to perform a combo with just one button. Stand near your opponent and rapidly press light attack. Okay. Just repeatedly pressing light attack will let you combo into a skill. If you have SP, you can combo into an SP skill. Beginners should put this feature to use. I'm guessing SP is the bar at the bottom. The P combo system allows you to chain your attacks. For example, weak attack, strong attack, weak persona. Try walking near your opponent and pressing... You did it. The P combo introduced here is a basic one. You can combo even more after that by using skills or furious actions. When you get used to control, start practicing. Okay. In the S-hold system, there's a lot of things here. By holding down light attack, the S-hold gauge will appear, and by releasing the button at the right time, you can unleash skills and SP skills. Try holding down square... Oh. Okay. You did it. The S-hold system lets you perform a variety of moves with just a press of square button. Well, this can't be used if your opponent is another player. Okay, so it's only in against NPC. Let's those new to fighting games pull off moves like a... Okay. So that's something I probably want to be aware of. An all-out attack is a powerful attack that cannot be blocked low. Press light and heavy attacks simultaneously, then one of them repeatedly after connecting for an all-out rush. Okay. Right, so all-out finish, so it's... There we go, okay. After launching the opponent up, press up to continue your assault. Okay. A variation of an all-out attack, press heavy persona during the all-out rush to knock the opponent backwards. Okay. You did it. If you press heavy persona after a certain amount of hits during an all-out rush, your opponent will bounce, giving you the opportunity to deal more damage, while crouching to perform a sweep. Low attack that will knock the opponent down. Okay. A Furious Action is a powerful skill that has invincibility. Press... Oh, excuse me. Both heavy attacks simultaneously perform it. You did it. Furious Actions have invincibility that makes you immune to frozen attacks, but each use costs some of your HP. Some characters have counter moves that need to take a hit from the opponent to activate. And then both personas to throw. Okay. Throws cannot be blocked, useful against opponents who are good at blocking. But remember, missing will leave you open to attack. You can also throw opponents while in the air, jump towards an opponent in the air, and... There we go. Air throws are useful against jumping opponents. Timing them is difficult, but they're useful when done properly. The throw escape move to prevent opponents from throwing you. When you're being... Okay. Oh. Okay, that's... Okay. Throw escape does not work on special throws. Watch out for throws that don't have the exclamation. Perform skills by entering in a sequence of command. Press stat in a circular motion and Zeo. Okay. Okay. That's easier to use a joystick on, actually. Skill commands vary from character to character. Check them out. Now try giving Zeo a skill boost. When you have at least 25 SP, perform the same command to cast Zeo, but press... Okay. You did it. Many skills allow you to skill boost them by pressing both at the same simultaneously. They're powerful but cost 25 SP, so don't overuse them. When you have over 50 SP, you can use an SP skill by inputting certain commands. Zeo's motion twice. Input speed isn't important here, focus on being precise. So it was one... Whoa! 1, 1... I feel it... Is it relevant? This one I'm not getting quite so well. I'm not getting this one too well. Keep going into the jump part of it. There we go. I can get Zeo. How do I get... I've used... I'm pretty sure I've used Zeodyne in the battle. How did I trigger it accidentally? But I can't do it now. I actually know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so it's... What am I missing here? There's the rotate. So I'm getting the normal Zeo. You doing okay there, Yusuke? Nope, that's not helpful. Oh, using the joystick's a bit odd. Do I have to hold? Nope, that's not right at all. SP skill. So I 1, 2. So round a curve. Zap. Round a curve. Oh, come on. Ready? I'd actually watch myself on the controller. I am trying, Yusuke. Can I throw you over to the other side? I guess not. One, two, nope. Do. This input speed isn't important, but I feel like there is some limit to it. Okay, I need to not hit the up. It's trying not to hit up on the joystick. Come on. Should get it in there somewhere. Why is it? I feel I'm missing something maybe obvious. Does it work? Oh no, doing it backwards is completely different. Can I just skill? That's not it. Nope, that's not right. It is a miracle I managed to complete the levels I did. I've got the 50 SP I need for this. Come on, it's definitely Zeodine, ground or air, so it should be both, right? So it can't work for both. I royal select. I can see that by inputting press Zero's motion twice and then press input speed isn't. Okay, so yeah, all I need to do is the commands. Do. Down. Oh, that was jump. Down and around. Okay, I think I might just have to skip this one. And let's try skill boosting Zeodine as well. When you have 75 or more XP, input the same command and then try pressing both of them simultaneously. So this isn't going to work because... So it's... Can I be on the right side of you?
You're not coming? What? Damn. What?
They... So...
What? Damn. What?
Don't mind me, Yusuke. I'm being perfectly normal.
Go. What? What?
There.
Damn. You're not coming?
I'm trying.
Go. Izuna. What? What?
This...
What?
Trying to duplicate this...
Go. What?
Trying to duplicate this impact doesn't feel like it is working too well for me. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I feel I'm getting like the single charge Zidane, but well, Zeo even.
You're not coming? What? What?
But it's not this double. Trying to input the herb twice doesn't. Yeah, because you do have there is.
Go. Damn. What? Damn. What? You're not coming? Just getting started. Damn.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to skip on this one as well. When your HP gets below a certain point, you will awaken. Take damage from your opponent until you've reached the awakened state. Go on.
You're not coming?
Okay. When awakened, your max SP will rise to 150 and you will gain 50 SP. You will also be able to use your awakened SP skill, which could turn the tables. When you're awakened, you can use an awakened SP skill to backwards curves, reverse Zidane motion. Oh! Okay, I got it that time! You did it. Awakened SP skills are powerful moves that can only be used when in the awakened state. Even if you're losing, don't lose heart. Awakened skills can also be skill boosted, cross slash, and then that's. I got it the first time. Why can't I get it the second time? How did I get it? This is not working. Just keep using the slide attack. Am I not being quick enough? Okay, so that's definitely like the reverse skill, but it's not. I wonder if it's just maybe that there's a glitch in the SP, like how it's measuring the SP I have.
What? Damn. What? You're not coming? Damn. What? What? Damn it!
Hold up, I can't use the awakened SP stuff because I'm not... Yeah, no wonder it's not working. I'm not low enough health to have... Oh wait, but I am awakened.
Damn.
Because I've got the increased skill... I've got the increased SP gauge.
What?
Okay, I think I get the idea though. Reversal burst. You can use the reversal burst to counter when under attack. When the burst gauge is full, and where burst is shown, press all for both personas and light attack when the opponent is attacking you. You did it. A reversal burst is one of the burst moves and lets out a blue shockwave, but remember they cannot be used when your persona is broken, or when you're hit with certain moves like froze or SP skills. When you are not being attacked, you can perform a max burst instead. So just, you did it. Max burst is one of the burst moves and lets out a yellow shockwave. Hitting opponents with it will refill your SP gauge. The evasive action allows you to dodge attacks on the ground. Try pressing... Okay. During an evasive action, you are invincible to everything except throws. If the opponent is near you, you will pass through and move to the other side. To hop? Okay. How... You can perform jump attacks and mid-air skills while hopping, but not double jump, aerial dash, or aerial backstep. It's useful to avoid throws and low attacks. Aerial turn. What? Aerial turn allows you to do things like attacking the opponent from behind. Don't force yourself to use it if you're still getting used to things. What? I don't understand what that did. It didn't give me much of a chance to actually use these sometimes. Jump cancel allows you to cancel the end of certain moves with a jump, reducing recovery time. Okay, so just... By using jump cancel, you can cover for long recovery times after attacks and follow up your attacks. Dash cancel allows you to cancel the end of certain moves with a dash. Okay. Okay, getting the hang of that. While using dash cancel, you'll not be able to move freely for a brief moment, but if you time it right, you'll be able to get right near the opponent. Okay. Persona break occurs when a persona takes a certain number of hits. Try attacking your opponent's persona to cause a persona break. Okay, there we go. After a persona break, you cannot use any moves that require your persona until a persona gauge replenishes. You won't be able to use reversal bursts, so be especially careful when the opponent attacks. See what happens when you're frozen. Try getting hit by the dry ice attack and then... Okay, button mash. Okay, easy enough. Okay, so these are all the ailments. See what happens when you're shocked. When shocked, you cannot move normally with the directional pad, but you can use special moves. Okay, so I can still hop while shocked. Oh, you have to do them in order. I forget that. Certain moves cause shock and you will not be able to fight normally. Be careful. See what happens when you're panicked. When in the panic state, left and right at a reverse. Can I perform a except? Yes, I can. Elements will last for a set period of time, but they also end when you hit the opponent. Poison, you gradually lose HP. Rage, strength increases, but you cannot block. Charm, you give SP to the opponent. Mute, you cannot summon your persona. And Fear, you will take more damage. A fatal counter occurs when you counter with a powerful move, giving you an opportunity to deal more damage. Try pressing light persona while crouching to punch the opponent's attack. Like that. You did it. When a fatal counter occurs, the opponent will stagger even more than a counter, allowing you to connect even stronger moves. Plus, the opponent will not be able to recover for a longer period of time, allowing you to connect combos usually not valid. Aim for fatal counters and deal major damage to the opponent. A fatal counter can also occur when hitting the opponent while he/she is unleashing a powerful attack. Watch the opponent's... Okay. I'm in the air. I should not have jumped. Up. Like. Oh wait, this is... Oh, I need to try and get this. Ow. Air throw, how... Where's the... Where do I pull off this air counter? Ah. Come on. Ow. Where's the... Ew. This is the first time I've ever actually put this much effort into... Ow. That was a bit too close. So where's the point in this combo where I can actually do this air throw? Ow. Because I can't interact when he's doing his combo. That's not an air throw though. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I got that. Yeah, failed counters occur in various situations. Making use of them could be a great chance to get hit with one and you could be in danger. Right. Try backstepping and walking backwards, moving away from the opponent for an extended period of time. Punishment awaits those without the will to fight. Oh, you did it! You'll be penalized if you keep running away for too long and begin taking more damage from your opponent. You'll have to start attacking to reverse the effects. Okay, so that's like the fear debuff then? By being the first to connect an attack, you'll get a first attack bonus, filling your SP gauge a good amount. Try to attack the opponent now. There we go. By getting the first attack, you'll begin to match it at an advantage, trying to aim for it as much as possible. The guard cancel attack is a powerful counter attack that uses 50 SP. When blocking an attack, press forward and both attacks simultaneously. Okay. Okay. After... Okay, there we go. After remember to block first. Guard cancel attack is an invincible move that you can perform at any time when you are blocking. It costs 50 SP, so you may want to consider using your furious action instead of times. Guard cancel evasive action is an excellent dodge maneuver. So forward and both light. Okay. 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 Ow. There we go. Okay. Kind of starting to get the use of some of these. I mean, you just gotta cancel escape in tight situations. Press backwards on the directional pad just before an opponent's attack hits you for an instant block. Okay. Okay. Too early. There we go. Okay. Instant block has a short recovery time, so okay. You can perform a combo by super canceling from skills to SP skills. When Swift Strike connects, try inputting the command for Zyodine. Zion was never able to get Zyodine off. So it's... Yeah. So it's... Oh! There we go! Actually pulled it off! Super cancelling is possible for most skills and SP skills. The SP skill that occurs during the auto combo is a super cancel. It's powerful, but it costs HP, so be careful. But one more cancel uses 50 SP to cancel an attack's recovery time. After hitting with a Swift Strike, press both physical and light persona sometimes. So... Okay. Okay, right. Wrong inputs. Yeah, one more cancel is versatile, allowing you to continue your combo or defend from a counterattack. Furious actions cannot be one more cancel. During a one more burst, you can shockwave. Use a shockwave from the burst to form a combo. So... That's the wrong combo. Can I earn some SP, please? I didn't want to use Zyodine. I need... Can you stop blocking? Okay, so I need to... That's not what I wanted to do. I'm pressing the wrong buttons, that's why. Nope. Swift Strike, please. Wrong combo again. Hello there again. I need to. I'm trying to figure out how I should best pronounce your name. Or is this FH the best? Oh, wrong combo again. No, I need. That's wrong. Come on. Oh, there you go, Izanagi. Oh. Round and come on, I was doing this. I was getting this down constantly when I didn't need it. So that's not it again. So it's round. Oh. Okay. Oh, I forgot that's a shortcut for resetting. I am trying to, but this isn't. What do I do when I'm locked in a room by myself? It really depends on for what reason I'm locked in a room by myself. Oh, finally. Normally it's just generally for listening to music, or in cases like this, streaming or playing games on my computer. Instant kill is a flashy move that finishes off an opponent no matter how much health remains. It is only available during a round that will win you the entire match if you... Okay. Require 100 SPs and specific command. Okay. That's not it.
What? Let's end this. 1,000 die while a million are born. It's over!
No. Yeah, it's not a... I don't tend to lock myself in rooms too often. Just as an instant kill. If been enjoying, I have been enjoying it. I completed the Narukami chapter of the story, so I'm kind of just for the last little bit of the stream. I actually decided to go and play the tutorials. Oh, hello. Was that it? Is that all the tutorials? Hold up. Oh. Wait, no, I'm Shadow Narukami. By selecting Shadow type from the character select screen, you can use Shadow type characters. Almost all Shadow characters auto-combo would differ from normal types. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's a bit different. Shadow type characters have a different auto-combo from their normal counterparts and cannot become awakened. Okay. While using a Shadow type, press at the same time the word burst flashes to activate a Shadow Frenzy. Use SP of Reckless Abandon for short. That's a... I don't like the burst button combo. It's awkward to press those three at the same time. Try pressing burst simultaneously to start. Okay, so this is... Okay, there we go. Start of a Shadow Frenzy can cut recovery time just like one more cancels. And of course you can combo from there and aim for victory. Build your SP gauge and stuff. During a Shadow Frenzy, you are able to combo skills with other skills that normally would not combo. Try inputting the command for Zeo right when hitting the opponent with Swift Strike. So activate Shadow Frenzy. So... yep, I am very much... I don't... Why can I get this input? Come on. Can I have my burst gauge back? The tutorial didn't seem to account for that. The tutorial... The tutorial hasn't accounted for how bad I am. Come on. Ah. So I can get the shadow burst off. Ow. I just cannot get this swift strike input down. Nope, don't jump. Give me swift strike. There we go. There are combos that are only possible doing Shadow Frenzies, allowing you to major damage. Find your own personal combos. Oh, okay. Like someone else has locked me in a room? I've never really had a situation where someone else has locked me in a room. If someone had locked me in a room, I suppose it would very much depend on why and what the situation. See, I think for things in situations like that, it's very. Why have I been locked in a room? How do I clear up these? I feel I might know what I was missing. I feel I might have been overlapping my inputs. Let's see if I can get all these medals for these before I finish up for today. I probably should finish up soon. You're not coming? Chris. It's like there's a stabbing? I mean, if that's the case, then what do I... Probably call the police or something if I was in that situation. Come on. That double input really doesn't work for me, I don't... Because I'm getting the... I'm getting the... Zyodine... I can get the... Sometimes I can get the normal... Zio. Okay, I can't. That's the version I can't use in multiplayer.
What? Damn.
Yeah, this is the one though that very much won't work. There's this one I need to get both of them and then
Damn. What? Damn.
You can get the... I just always end up doing the grab here. Which I don't... That's actually... If I go to the main menu, here's maybe something I can check to see what I'm doing wrong. Because if... I remember in training mode, there was... I kind of did a little bit of this before stream to maybe try and see if I could figure out the controls.
This
can't
place
lose.
exists. Picture in your head
All right,
your
let's
own
do
I
this.
wish you good luck.
And this has like the little display of what your inputs are. Doo, 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 doo.
What's the matter? Chicken?
Okay.
Go, Izanagi!
Okay. Can I? That doesn't.
Persona. Go, Izanagi!
Alright.
Go, Izanagi!
Yeah, the controls are.
Go, Izanagi! Go! Go, Izanagi! Go! 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 Persona. Do it!
Okay, is it literally just my inputs aren't quick enough? Because that seems to be.
Go, Izanagi! Go, Izanagi!
Matter? Chicken?
Do it! Do it!
I'm not triggering Zyodine though, I'm still just triggering Zeo.
Go!
Command list. Lightning Flash. Button settings. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, no. I think I'm just gonna have to leave it there. I'll probably experiment a wee bit more to try and learn things. But for now, that's gonna be me
Persona 4 Arena
finishing up for today.
Ultimax.
I'll be back tomorrow with more Persona 5 Royal. We'll be carrying on with the actual Royal content now that we found Marigi's Palace. I will then be... What's next? Oh yeah, I'll be finishing off Mad Father on Saturday. That's what I'll be doing.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Hello, I think we can maybe turn that off for now and go to my default. But, yep, that will all be for tomorrow and Saturday. And, yeah. I'm quite looking forward to this. The story, it's definitely kind of nice to have one where I can just kind of read and do a bit more of a, just focus purely on the story. And then have these, like, just these very short the fights interrupting it. But thank you so much for coming along. I really hope you enjoyed. And until next time, hope you have a good evening. Oh, it's not evening though. Well, I suppose it's after 5 o'clock now. Yeah. Have a good evening. Have a good night. And until the next stream, goodbye.